Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Livin here. And in light of the update that DICE came out last week, the spring patch, they've adjusted some of the capture points on Conquest. And being someone who plays Conquest a lot, I thought I would make a video going over the differences on the new capture points. So let's start with Soysons here. The biggest flag capture, I think, next to one other one that's been changed, probably the most, has been on D on Soysons. There's a lot of little different things that they changed up here. So for starters, no longer are you contained in that little box right there where I just threw that grenade, but you as well can cap the capture point on this whole little ditch that I just was running across right there. So no longer do you have to be contained again into this little square that usually people would just post up on one of the corners, and anyone could just throw grenades in there and just cause a lot of damage before they were to come in and really just pick 4 spots where they could probably like point you out long before they were ever in the actual box there. So now that they've adjusted that, now you can now go ahead and start capping it while you are up on the little ditch there, up over that little ledge. So no longer do you have to be stuck there in the box. Moving over to the other side of the ruins here, you are now able to start capping it while you're just outside on the other side of the wall right there. Before, there just would be people shooting right here and they weren't able to cap it. Now you can start just chilling right where I'm at right now, and you're still capping the flag. So that's an interesting change that will take place now, being able to do that. Another thing I want to note is this turret over here, I do believe, is just right outside the capture point. So if you want to get onto the artillery gun right there that my teammate's just about to jump on, I do believe that's just right outside the capture point. So that's something you do want to keep in mind while capping this flag. Alright, now moving over to E now. What they've changed is now you have the option now to be on the other side of the building and be outside of it, and you're able to start capping it. So that's kind of interesting. As you can see here, now I'm just kind of posting up on this ledge right here. I'm just trying to catch anyone that will come down this path. So before, obviously, you could be completely in the building and that would be capping E, and you could be right outside on the other side as well and you could be capping E. But in this case now, you're able to be on the other side right here and you'll be capping E. I've noticed this a lot now. People are now like crouching right outside the door here. Some of them are laying down behind these little trees. So that's going to be an interesting thing now to be dealing with now on E. C now has expanded its capture point now, where you're able to actually get onto the anti-aircraft turret, and you'll be in the capture point. So that's kind of interesting. Besides that, again, it's still the same. Being inside, those trenches are at right here. It's not much has been different in that part, but the part that has extended more is now you're able to get onto that AA gun. So that will be interesting to see how that will play out now in regards to defending and capping this flag. Alright, moving on to Rupture here. Let's go down to D that they fixed. They did expand it up here a little bit. One thing I want to make note of is they did fix one of the corners now that you are able to essentially just huddle up in the corner there and be capping it. You'll see where my teammate's at with the ammo crate right there. Normally before, if you were right in that position, you wouldn't be capping D, but now you're able to. Along with that, now you have this whole trench area down here that is in the capture point as well. So that is something you want to take note of. I'm not sure if I'm quite as enthusiastic as the little point there where my teammate was huddling at, but at least they got that part there extended in, because that was a little annoying before. Alright, so moving on to A now. The patch notes said that they did change A. However, though, in the game, whatever they did had to have been extremely minimal, because everything's pretty much the same from what I've noticed so far. If you have noticed anything different, I mean, feel free to let me know in the comments. But as far as I'm concerned, you're still able to cap A by moving around the whole trench all the way around. It stops right about here, so I can't go inwards anymore. It ends right where I'm at, you know, right here by this bunker. So you're still able to cap it by the actual flag itself being posted up there. So if anything's been changed, it's extremely minimal. So that's something I just want to just make note about. That I mean, it was in the patch notes. So if anyone has seen any slight differences, feel free to let me know in the comments. But for the most part, there's not much change on A. Okay, so Fort de Vaux here. So the capture point on D has a lot of big changes as well on it. Now you're not only confined in those 2 little rooms, but you could be out here in this room here and be capping it. As well, you could be on to the 3rd room. So now there's not only just 2 rooms, but another 3 rooms you can be in as well. When you see me move out from this area right here, it's not in the cappable zone, but right up there where my teammate's going to be at, behind that door, it is now in the capping zone as well too. So before, you'd have to be outside that door in the hallway where I'm at right now, but now no longer you have to be in that section there. I'm not quite sure if the 3rd room has a wall where you can blow up. I'm pretty sure you can't. But as you do know that the other 2 rooms, the wall that's separating those 2 rooms, you can blow that wall up. So on that 3rd wall, I'm pretty sure you can't, which is a little bit unfortunate. That would be pretty cool if you're able to blow up both those walls, considering that, you know, with the dynamite, you do have 2 sticks of dynamite. So it would be pretty cool if you were able to blow up one wall, then move to the next wall. But yeah, that's just not the case there. But yeah, that's basically the changes that they did on D, which is probably right up there with one of the biggest changes they've done so far on all of the capture points. Over here by A, you're no longer confined to being inside right here by this little box area that you had to be confined to, but now you can at least move outside a little bit. So before, you either had to choose to basically hide on one of the sides of the rubble inside of A, or right here by this little corner part. That's basically where you would be able to hide before. So now that that's changed, will be interesting how A will play out now. Now the last capture point they said they changed on Fort de Vaux was C, but again, it's one of those same things that happened on Rupture too, where I wasn't really sure how much they changed on the capture point on A. So it's similar like with here by C. Pretty much everything's still the same from what I've seen. It's again, you can be capping it inside the trench here, but that's about where it ends. The rest of it goes right where I'm shooting at right now. And you can move over a little bit more over on the left side over there by the flag. But yeah, for the most part, if anything's changed, it's been really minimal. And yeah, they haven't really changed much after that on C. Finally, Verdun Heights. So in the patch notes, it said that they changed some capture and spawn points. They included spawn points in that sentence. However, though, from my experience playing Verdun so far, I've noticed only really a change on B so far. So what they've done differently on B is now you're only able to be capturing it in the actual trench area. Before, you were able to be capping the base while being around these ruins that I'm looking at right now. So, like I said before, you're able to be in these ruins here, and you would be in the capture point. So now no longer is it in the capping point, and you have to move up a little bit more into the trench itself, or a little bit right outside it. So that's basically it, guys, from what the patch notes gave me. That was all that was really there. They didn't really change anything else up on any of the vanilla maps, so it was just limited to fixing the capture points for the They Shall Not Pass map. So that's basically it, guys. Again, if you notice anything, any slight differences here and there on any of the capture points, feel free to let me know in the comments below so we all can know about it. And with that said, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys again later. See ya.